Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's time for your another Bago Games review. My name is TechGamer, ladies and gentlemen, and today we're reviewing Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Two doctors with a knife, cutting the guy into pieces. His name was Voss. Main Cortex is online. What? I can imagine. Wait, doesn't Tom Cruise like have a new space movie out? Like it's like Tom Cruise in space. This is probably like it. Like a world where space is space stuff.
Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon is a first-person shooter video game developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft. It is a standalone expansion to the 2012 video game Far Cry 3. The game takes place in a retro-futuristic open-world island crawling with evil, with players assuming the action role of eye-patch cyborg protagonist Sergeant Rex Power Colt. The year is 2007, and the world is suffering the aftermath of a nuclear war. Rex is an American cybernetic super soldier. He and another American cyber soldier named Spider travel to an unnamed island to investigate Colonel Sloan, an elite agent who has gone rogue. Upon confronting Sloan, he reveals his treachery, kills Spider, and knocks out Rex. Rex is later awoken by Sloan's assistant, Dr. Darling, who is delusional with his goals and betrays him. Rex teams up with Dr. Darling to overthrow Sloan's plan to revert the world to a prehistoric-like state with his rockets armed with the blood of blood dragons that roam the island. Now that's been all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the pros. Now, one of the major pros that I had with this game that pretty much sold me onto this game was the humor. Oh my god, the humor is the funniest part of the whole game. That's what makes this game the greatest game on earth. Far Cry 3 had Voss, and Voss had his little jokes throughout the game, which was hilarious and well written out. In this game, it's just plain out hilarious. The beginning, where the black guy is the most stereotypical black guy, which made it funny. The tutorials, they did like a parody of the tutorials. It's like, oh, are you getting annoyed of the tutorials right now? It was just hilarious. The whole 80s theme made it hilarious. Everything about the game was pretty funny. This game was hilarious. Another pro that I have is that you can see in the gameplay footage the awesome graphics and it's real dark but colorful at the same time. It has real vibrant, bright colors. Makes the game feel like it feels like Tron, but I like all the little LED lights throughout the whole game, and yeah, how everything has that Tron feel and that whole like retro video game feel. I love that about this whole game. That's what made it fun and really visual appealing throughout this whole game. Now, another pro that I have is I love how the game is open world. I love how you can go throughout the whole map. You can see anything you want, do whatever you want. It's basically this game is pretty much, to sum it up, a Far Cry 3 clone where you can it's just completely open world. You can see whatever you want, and all the goody stuff, ride what you want. You can pretty much do whatever you want in this whole map, and mixed in with the whole graphic style and the graphics detail throughout this whole game, it really makes the game really fun. And oh my god, this game is just awesome. Now that's been all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, don't get too excited. We still got the cons. Now, one thing that pretty much sells me on games is pretty much the gameplay. You're pretty much playing the gameplay throughout the whole game. That's what the point of a game. That's how important a gameplay is to a video game. That's pretty much what a video game is. And one thing that kind of was a large setback to Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon was the guns. The guns, I know it was a first-person shooter, but the guns had no type of impact. Like, when I use the bow and arrows, for example, it's like I wound up my bow and arrow, and when I kill somebody, it was like, oh, yeah, I killed somebody. Some games like Crysis 3, where when you shoot somebody, you feel that whole impact when you shoot your bow or somebody, and a lot of you real big Call of Duty fans and all you first-person shooter players, you guys know what I'm talking about when you play this game. The guns literally had no impact. I didn't really get excited when I killed somebody. I mean, sometimes I did, But I mean, well, I gotta admit, some people when they died in the game, it was pretty hilarious. But I don't know, some of the games I tried out all the guns, and it seemed to not make the game enjoyable. When I killed somebody, it was like, I killed somebody, and stuff. It had no type of impact. It was real silent. You have to play the game to understand what I'm talking about, and you have to play a lot of FPSs to understand where I'm getting at about the whole gun situation and about the impact on the guns. So if I can just explain this better, basically what I'm getting at, is it didn't really have like a whole like a explosion type of impact like like a regular gun should. It didn't give you what it's like to be in the front seat of having a gun. You guys will know what I'm talking about. Now let's get on with the rating, ladies and gentlemen. Now that's been all said and done. The gameplay didn't really set it back that much. It was really the humor and the whole graphics model and everything about the game. It's just pretty much the game being hilarious pretty much sold me on this game. So I had no choice but to give it an 8.5 out of 10. This game definitely deserves it. Definitely a game to remember throughout your gaming history. If you're a youngin' like me, this is one of the games you remember. So if you're like talking with your friend, you'd be like, oh, remember Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon? And it was an April Fool's joke? You'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that. This game is definitely a game to remember. So definitely go try out this game. Definitely go buy it. Don't go out and pirate it, please. Just go about the game. It's a great game to have to your collection and all that goody stuff. My name is TechGamer, ladies and gentlemen, and on behalf of Bago Games, that was your Bago Games review. My name is TechGamer, ladies and gentlemen, and see you guys later.